With the major success of Matt Reeves' Batman debuting back in March of last year, many people have been theorizing for the eventual sequel, which is set to hit theaters on October 3rd of 2025. The first film was a crime mystery with Paul Dano's Riddler as the main villain and Robert Pattinson starring as Batman, and it did not disappoint. This film reminded the general public just how good DC movies can be after a string of mediocre releases for the most part. So with the expectations for the sequel being sky high, where will Matt Reeves take this film? Where will the story go from here? And more importantly, who will be the villain of the movie? So this isn't breaking news or anything. It's kind of become common knowledge that Clayface is going to be in the next Batman movie. Whether that be as a side villain or the main villain, he should be in the movie. Now, personally, I'm pretty excited for this because Clayface has never been in a live-action DC movie. I mean, Batman has so many unique villains that have never seen the light of day when it comes to being on the big screen. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love Joker, I love the Riddler, Bane, but it is nice to see a new character get a chance to shine. But with that being said, I'm not exactly sure if Clayface was the right decision here. It seemed like in the first film, Matt Reeves was trying to build a realistic and gritty Gotham. And I mean, Clayface is just like a giant figure made out of clay with super strength. He doesn't quite fit the theme that I feel like Matt Reeves was going with in the first film. Because of this reasoning, many people speculate that Matt Reeves isn't going to use the traditional Clayface. Clayface at heart is able to transform into anything that he wants, take the identity of anything that he wants. Those are his powers. And there is a really good way to encapsulate those powers, but at the same time, make it fit this realistic Gotham. I saw the idea floating around on TikTok some time ago, but it goes a little something like this. So Basil Karlo, or otherwise known as Clayface, is a man who has perfected the art of disguise. I'm talking about like those hyper-realistic masks that can make you just look like somebody else. But on top of that, also just his skill and his ability to copy mannerisms and accents and just all these sorts of things that could make him a master of disguise. And because he's a villain, he'd probably use his powers to do bad things, which would lead him into direct conflict with Batman. Just a cool idea that I thought of on the spot. What if he somehow found out that Batman was Bruce Wayne, and he used his skills and a hyper-realistic suit to make him look exactly like Bruce Wayne. And he just does like a national confession that he's Batman. And I mean, that's not gonna happen, but it's just still a cool idea to think about. Now, personally, I don't know if I would prefer just the original and traditional Clayface or this new and realistic Master of Disguise. But what seems more likely to me is Matt Reeves going with the traditional Clayface. I know it doesn't perfectly fit the feel of the first film, but as long as Matt Reeves writes, Clayface as a compelling character, which he will because the first film was so good, I'm okay with it. And a bit of a side note, in this Matt Reeves Batman universe, I feel like eventually a character with superhuman abilities is going to have to be added. I mean, with the Penguin show and a sequel already in sight, this franchise is going to be around for a long time, Matt Reeves' Batman universe. We know for sure that there's going to be a trilogy. If I was a betting man, I'd say that they go past a trilogy and make even more movies. And Batman can't just be beating up street thugs for, the rest of the franchise. And I feel like eventually he will have to take the jump into fighting superhumans. And this could be set up pretty well. Picture this. Every criminal in Gotham is afraid of Batman. I mean, that's already kind of the case. But maybe after a second movie, they're even more afraid of him. So Batman's proud of himself that he's kept Gotham a safer place because every criminal is now afraid of him. But then a superhuman shows up, and Batman gets beat up badly. And he realizes, hey, everyone in Gotham is afraid of me, but now there's just a whole new league of opponents that I have to learn how to fight against. It could lead to some crazy character development, some crazy moments. I feel like it's just the logical next step, whether it should be in the second film or maybe the third or maybe the fourth. But I feel like superhumans in this Matt Reeves universe do need to happen. So I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent there, but let me know what y'all think about Clayface being in the Batman 2. Would y'all rather the traditional Clayface or the realistic one matching the Matt Reeves universe? Let me know what y'all have to say, and I'll see you in the next video.